this perspective of linking huge industries with very small scale industries and kind of building relationships that actually work for each other, I think it's something that we haven't seen much in kind of the history of industrial experience that we have. I studied industrial design because I'm really interested in materials and how to craft everyday life. That was my main drive. I think it's quite a privilege these days to have moments in which you don't have any kind of distraction. We're so intensively bombarded by our cell phones and stuff, kind of just like constant distractions, that to be able to be on a bike or to be able to be walking without any sort of distraction, it just gives a very clear mind. I'll take my bicycle and I'll go through Magdalena, which is this very small, beautiful town. I usually use my time on the bike to think about all the very complex problems. And there's this really interesting transition between this very rural, small town to what it's supposed to be an industrial park, but looks more like a jungle. I think it's the closest that I have to meditation. Like, when I walked into this glass studio named Shakisha in Oaxaca, I was absolutely fascinated by glass. But more than that, I was really interested in how this group of people were having a relationship with a material. It could have been wood, could have been stone, but they were addressing this material in a very experimental, emotional way that I had never seen before. Oaxaca is known for its crafts. You can find all kind of artisans working with all kind of materials, but none of them work with glass. Glass is a tradition that is not to be found in Oaxaca. And Shakisha is probably the only glass studio in whole South Mexico. I mean, I think we're the only glass studio in the world that can say that 80% of their energy comes from alternative sources. Apolis had made this tumbler for Chivas for their project of the art of hosting, and they were asking us if we could do something with the waste of this production. They were saying, like, we're having all this waste, that it's very good quality glass, can you do something about it? We said, of course, that's what we do. We take waste from industry or houses and we transform that into beautiful products. It's about creating a relationship, because a project like this is not so much about what it's meant to be, but it's about what it could be. We started prototyping with them. We started prototyping over and over and over again, trying to get a very special product that was both beautiful, but that could also tell the story, not only of our glass studio, but also about the relationship we were establishing with this large company making thousands of pieces. I think the very interesting thing about this candle we're producing with Apolis in conjunction with Chivas is that it's able to synthesize a relationship between the small and the big, and all this very diverse set of people that will otherwise wouldn't come together to create a project. When you're working with glass, you're working with a fluid that is also solid, that it can be half solid, half fluid, that can be like just fall on the ground, can cut you, can burn you. There's all these different ways to relate to glass that there's no other material that can offer you that. It's a material that asks a lot from you. It's not a comfortable material. Nobody works with glass because they want to be comfortable. You know, it's hot, you get sweaty, you get burned, you get smoke. Why would you stand all that heat, all that physical engagement that demands so much out of you if it was not for passion?